Alright guys, what is up? This project back here is kicking my butt. I've had this sitting for like a month, and it's supposed to be just a little cabinet hutch thing to hold a little mini fridge and a coffee maker, but I've just been procrastinating. But today we're gonna finish it up, get it primered, get it ready to paint. Hopefully we can get it primered today. And I've got the outlet coming in from Amazon that I'm gonna put on it. And then I'm not sure if we're doing doors yet, but at least we'll get it. We'll get the box done. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so catching you up from our last episode, we got the face frame on the bottom cabinet done as well. And here we're just measuring the inside of the base cabinet for the shelf that's gonna go inside. Who needs paper? Quick tip, guys, when you are measuring the inside of something, your tape measure, you don't want to bend it like that. You're going to try to get you want a good measurement, right? So on every tape measure, it'll tell you the width of the tape measure. Right here, let me see if I can catch it. Okay, so right here, it says 4 inches. So you measure. Let's say this was inside of a box like this, and I measured it, and it comes out to 7 inches right there. So we take that measurement and we add 4 inches, because that's what my tape measure says right here. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is what the inside of my box would measure. Understand? Yeah. So just a tip, guys, with the tape measure. It'll say it somewhere on the tape measure, so look out for that. Sorry guys, forgot to record. I cut the shelf piece, and then I cut some little strips that are going to hold up the shelf. I'm not a cabinet maker, but this will do. Alright, next we took the shelf support pieces, the 2 sides and 1 for the back, and 1 1/4 inch brad nails and wood glue, and we glued them and nailed them. We had already made marks on the inside to make sure that it was level, and so we are just putting glue on the pieces, spreading it out, and then nailing it with the finish nailer. And then after, I went back and added some screws just to make sure that nothing moves in the future. And here's the shelf piece that goes inside, so those little pieces are supporting that. Alright guys, I cut this panel. This is going to go inside of here. And so I cut it to size, and then I made this little notch because we have a piece that's running across the back like that, so it'll fit like that. And then on this side, since this is going to be where the mini fridge is at, I put just 6 pocket screws. I'm going to glue it, and then I'm going to put pocket screws to hold it where I want it. Again, for this piece, we're just using wood glue and pocket screws. And this was a bit of a snug fit, so I kind of had to push it in there and make sure that it was square. And I already had it marked as well, so everything before I put screws in, glue on it, I always have it marked. Beautiful! Alright guys, sorry for the bad lighting in here, but we got it in there.
You know you can smash the You know you can smash the with this.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, you know you can smash the like button and the subscribe. Thought you were helping me out.
Yeah.
But you can. Tell them. Tell them, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Alright. Very nice.
Very nice.
That's a very nice.
Let me put this one.
We're gonna do these doors. I don't know. I didn't know what to do for them, but we're gonna do one more piece inside of here, kind of like this one. And then we're gonna cut the doors, and they're just gonna be flush with this. All right, guys, so this is gonna be the slab for my door. That's gonna open here. And then these are gonna be the slabs for my little doors that open here. I've yet to figure out what kind of hinges we're gonna use. I think I have some. We'll see what we have back there to kind of make it stand out. But I think that's gonna work. But yeah, I gotta go get poo, so I'll finish this up. Hopefully I get some time this weekend to work on it. And we sure did, thankfully. We had already started prepping for paint, so we had already started filling with some wood filler, but we went ahead and started sanding everything that we had applied. And we used 220 grit sandpaper and an orbital sander. And then we went with the Cinzer oil-based primer for the MDF. We're using MDF, so you don't want to use a water-based primer. You want to use an oil-based primer to seal it so that no moisture can get into it in the future. And a quick tip, guys, if you guys are using a new roller, it's always best to either wash it or at least roll some tape on it to try to get all the little fibers that are on it off before you get it all over your surface. So I just did a couple strips of painter's tape, wrapped it around, and pulled off all the filaments. Alright, and we did apply primer on all the surfaces just to seal the MDF because we don't want any moisture getting in. They spill coffee or something, we don't want it to go into the MDF and cause it to bubble up, so we went ahead and did a coat of primer on everything. Alright, so I did pick these up at Amazon, under $15. These are just furniture socket extenders. I'm gonna cut a little hole, probably here somewhere, to plug in the coffee makers. And I'm gonna do it pretty low, so I'm gonna mark it off and cut it. Alright, and after we marked, we just used the DeWalt multi-tool to cut out the little square. Alright guys, picked these up at Harbor Freight. I've just had them in the garage. I was gonna use them for something else, but I think I'm gonna add them to the bottom. Just little swivel casters. Only thing is, I'm gonna need some washers to be able to hold on to this because the hole's too big on them. So we're gonna have to get some washers. Say what's up, chica. Scratch that. I'm gonna need to go to the store to get the washers, but I do have paint, so I'm gonna go ahead and paint these, and then tomorrow morning I'll pick up the remainder of the stuff that I do need. Alright, and I always like to sand in between coats, so this is our primer coat, and we just went ahead and did a quick sand with a sanding sponge. These are like a 180 grit and just a little break, you know, a little TikTok break. No, I'm just kidding. Then I always caulk after the first coat of primer as well, just so I can see the lines better. And then we had some white semi-gloss paint that we had left over from when we painted our house, and that's the color that we needed, so we went ahead and did the first coat of paint on both the bottom base cabinet and the top cabinet here. And I got my little helper helping me out.